So, when you're coming to St John's on a Wednesday or a Sunday or a Friday or for any other service, we've got a one-way system going. So the idea is that we'll enter the church through the vestry door and we'll leave through the main doors. So, as you arrive, please have your face covering ready, if not already on. And there are markers in silver gaffer tape at least 2 metres apart along the wall, alongside the wall of the building on St John's Place, and then round the corner onto Crown Terrace. If for some reason we exceed the others, please keep at least 2 metres away from each person as you're waiting and queuing to come in. As you enter the vestry door, you'll be greeted by a steward who will invite you to wash your hands. We've got some shiny new lever taps at the vestry, and there are paper towels there for you to wipe your hands dry with afterwards, and pedal bins to put the used paper towels in. There will be service materials available, whether that be prayer books that you're welcome to borrow for this season, or paper orders of service. You're invited to take one with you and then bring it back other times. There will be a recycling point as you leave the church. You're very welcome to download service materials onto a tablet or other electronic device and bring it with you to church. We don't have Wi-Fi in the church, so you have to do this beforehand. And the materials have been sent around in PDF format, and if you'd like them in any other format, just drop Jenny an email. So once you've washed your hands for at least 20 seconds, you might like to say the Lord's Prayer twice or recite Psalm 23, and the words for that are above the sink. You'll be ready to enter the church. And as we all get used to the new procedures, there'll be a second steward there to guide you to a place. So this is what the church looks like now. Every third pew is in use, and there are green "Please use this pew" signs. And pews that are out of use will have a red sign. If for some reason a pew is temporarily out of use, there's an orange "Do not use this pew" sign. And what we're going to do is there's a one-way system going through the whole of the church, which is from the vestry door towards the back. So all of the time, all you've got to think about is you're moving from the vestry door towards the main doors, walking from where the altar is towards the votive stands. And what we're going to ask you to do is fill from the back. The ribbons where the pews are not in use. So if you have to duck under or move something to get into a pew, it's not actually in use. Once you're in your pew, you'll remain there for the whole of the service. If communion's being distributed during a service, it will come to you. You're invited to stay in your pew, make yourself comfortable. And the pews are big enough that households can share them, whether that's a household you live with or a household you're in a bubble with. The service will start. There won't be a procession most of the time. And unless you're doing a reading or intercessions, you'll remain in your pew for the whole service. When it comes to receiving communion, you'll be invited to sanitize your hands before you receive communion. The officiant will come and bring communion to you in bread form only, where you are. And after they've left, you're invited to remove your face mask or face covering, receive and replace your face covering, and then sanitize your hands. As we get to the end of a service, you'll be invited to leave from the back. There will be a chance to light a votive candle. However, you're asked to wait at least 30 seconds from after sanitising your hands before using naked flames. If it's a Sunday service where we collect an offering, there will be a container and a label inviting you to leave your offering there. As you leave the church, you're invited to sanitise your hands, and hand sanitizer will be provided. and names of those attending will be recorded. If you're a member of St John's congregation, your name will just be ticked off a list. If you're a visitor, that will ask you to fill in a consent form, and there'll be fresh pens, so you're the only person using it. And then you leave the church from the back, from the main doors. Unfortunately, we can't offer hospitality, and we try to be good neighbours to the people who live in this area, so you're encouraged not to congregate around the church. Over the last few weeks and days, several of the local coffee shops have reopened for both takeaway and sit-in. But please remember that even if you're inside, you're limited to the same number of households gathering, both inside and outside, as the current Scottish Government legislation. We're so glad that we're able to meet together in St John's to worship alongside each other, in body as well as spirit. If you've got any questions at all, please contact Reverend Jenny, and we're looking forward to seeing you soon. Take care and God bless.